And now to present Dead White European Dudes Only, or Who Cares About Classical Music? Everybody get hyped for Sophia Potter.
Good evening. My name is Sophia Potter, and I am here to give you a very, very short concert, and hopefully by the end of it to make classical music a little bit less intimidating. So behind me are going to be some program notes like you might see at the Lead Center. I'll be playing some music by Bach. Good luck. So that's not really ideal, right? There's a lot of jargon in those program notes, and even in an ideal situation where you actually have time to read everything, it's still hard to understand and to really connect and conceptualize some of that. I have 2 music degrees and I don't even understand what some of that stuff means. So I am here because I want you to hear this music the way that I hear it. It's not just pretty or relaxing, although it can be those things, but it's meaningful. One of the things that always helps me connect is to learn a little bit more about the composer's quirks, and Bach was certainly a quirky composer. He was brilliant and obsessive, particularly about math and numerology, not like Miss Cleo there, but particularly with the number 3. Why the number 3? Well, 3 is the number of the Trinity, and besides being obsessed with math, Bach was also tremendously religious. So there's a theory that of the 6 cello suites, 1 and 4 represent the Father. They're warm, they're inviting, and they're really expansive. So I'm going to invite you to listen to just 15 seconds of this again and see if you can hear something different. So, again, not ideal. I wish I could play more for you, but here we are. That's just one example of a way to connect with this music. And even dead white dudes can give you a meaningful connection and concert experience. It's not always music to be doing something else too. Now, why you came? Look at all this diversity. Sorry, Scott Joplin. This is usually what we expect when we hear the word composer is, you know, this kind of like old, decrepit, dusty white dude. But classical music did not end in 1890. And what do you expect from hearing a classical concert? Is it something like maybe this picture here, jargony program notes, boredom, not knowing when to clap? Let's try something else. Think about what you expect and then what happens. So that is a piece by Caroline Shaw, who is neither dead nor a dude, and that is her 2009 piece, In Manus Tuas. I love that piece because it's a contrast of ugly, like that scratchy noise I was making earlier. She actually tells me to make that sound, versus beautiful. Also, I get to sing, which is kind of fun. So if you can find those moments in a piece of music by either a living or a dead composer, it's a really great way to connect with it. That's, again, just one example. We're finally making room for other people who are not old white dudes in wigs. You can absolutely find something or someone to connect to. Now, where do I leave you? Here's your toolbox. First, you have to actually buy a ticket for a concert, or find a free one. There are some out there. And then you need to find out what's on the program. Now, it's not always on a website. You might have to pick up the phone and call. Sorry, millennials. And number 2, once you find out what's on the concert, Google and YouTube are your friend. Unless you're going to a world premiere, you can probably find what they're playing on YouTube, listen to it a couple times. This is going to make me sound really dorky, but you wouldn't go to a rock concert or like a pop concert without knowing any of the band's songs unless it was like your friend's cousin or something. And then finally, if there's a pre-concert talk, go to it. They usually happen a half hour before the concert, and it's a great chance to kind of get like what I just did here, but maybe more like half an hour instead of a tiny little 5-minute talk. And finally, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't give up. And if you see me at a concert, come up and ask me a question. There are no stupid questions about classical music other than can you play Pachelbel's Canon at my wedding, which no, I cannot. Go away. Thank you.